y'all, it's Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on day 28 of the best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and this is going to be a whole lot of fun. I think we've got some pattern paper here, some really big embellishments here, and a big title here and two pictures. I don't have two. I have this one picture of my younger daughter walking ahead of us in Forsyth Park, and way in the background you can see the really well-known fountain there. And I'm going to be using some of my One Canoe 2, the Hazelwood collection, and let's get started. Throughout this series, there have been several sketches by Suzanna Lee, and they are fast becoming some of my favorite sketches to use. I have loved every one that she has done, and this one is no different. I love this sketch because oftentimes in a collection, there are several papers that I just love. And with a sketch like this one, you really get to showcase the papers. I know it's all about the pictures, but you know, sometimes you gotta love those papers because they're beautiful. So in this case, being able to use some of these papers, and I think this one right here was my very last 12 by 12 paper from Hazelwood. And Hazelwood is my most favorite collection from One Canoe 2. So I'm saving every little scrap and every little piece that I can so that I can use it. And this sketch here is perfect for scraps. As you can see, I've got a branding strip there on the left. I have this little bitty scrap of the black paper with the white dots on it on the right that is left over from me doing some paper tearing. I'm going to take this one and trim off that little torn edge. I thought about just going ahead and putting it onto my background and then trimming it with my scissors, but I thought that doing it on my trimmer would be easier. And then even in that branding strip, I'm going to have to trim it because there's a little bitty green strip on the left-hand side. And there I cut into my last 12 by 12. Oh my goodness. So there I've just figured out how wide I want all of my strips to be. And here I'm looking to see how long I want my strips to be. And I end up making them 7 inches. So here I'm just going to measure out the 7 inches for each one of these. And how pretty is that gray? I just love the gray in this collection. I guess it's a mid-tone gray, but since it's mottled, it has all kinds of movement to it, and I just really love it. And I think it's on the cool side, but it matches so well with all the other colors in this collection. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on each side. I'm going to put these little strips, and I think here's where I come back and trim that little bit of a green strip off of this piece of paper here. And I used my ATG gun to put a little bit of tape right in the center so that it wouldn't really move on my trimmer. And of course, since I've got tape on the back of all of my pieces, I'm going to get them stuck to everything around me. So now it's stuck to my background there. So now I've got both sides done, and I'm just going to kind of work across, and I'm just eyeballing. In the sketch, it looks like it calls for a border around all of the strips, so that's what I'm going to do, but I didn't really measure all that great because I'm just not really a great measurer, so I'm just going to eyeball it and just kind of as evenly as possible get my strips across. And I did want to move this one over a little bit, but it was stuck. So I'm like, nah, you can live there. It's fine. And then I'm going to put my picture down. And I just love this picture. It's so cute with my daughter walking with her arms stuck out. She was just kind of not. So, sometimes you talk and it's kind of like a sing-songy voice. But what do you call it when you walk? Is it like a dancey walk? I don't know. But for the big hearts that go across the bottom here, I'm going to be using these flowers. And I'm kind of figuring out exactly how I want them to go. And I have that bigger white one in the center. And then I'm kind of... Oh, that's right. I forgot. We had a really bad thunderstorm happening and the power blinked. It blinked for literally like a millisecond. But, wow, it really did a number on my video there. But what I'm doing is basically on either side of that center white flower, what I did on the right, I'm pretty much doing on the left, just kind of following a pattern there. And at first I thought I wanted to put those really big dark leaves there at the end, but I didn't like how that looked. I don't know, it was too much dark and looked kind of chunky, so I switched them out for these flowers. And here what I'm going to do is I'm starting to tape down everything, glue it down, and with this particular flower, I'm going to glue it flat up underneath the center white flower, but I'm going to have these little round foam circles underneath the flower part so that it kind of lifts up a little bit. And then I'm going to put my center white flower up on these foam rectangles. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I'm going to take the blue flower and the pink flower and pop them up a little bit. And then have the bigger pink flower and that greenish flower flat on my page. And here I'm just going ahead and getting that foam up. And I went ahead and put down this white flower so I would know where I wanted it in the center, but I have to lift it up so that I can tuck my flowers in anyway. But I get them in there and get them all situated. And then there they all are. And I think that's so pretty. I love to make big floral sprays. And now here's my title, and I'm going to put my title on here, and it says Enjoy Life. And at first I think I'm going to stack it on top of one another, but I didn't like how that looked. So I'm going to do like it says in the sketch and put it all along the bottom. And then also in the sketch there's a heart behind the title. So I'm going to use this, well, not this flower, but I'm just going to try a few different things. I'm going to try some other flowers and try and stack them, but I'm like, this is too much. It's too much. So I take that off and I think, well, I'll use this. I am trying to use these leaves just desperately, but no, don't like that look. I'm thinking maybe I don't like these leaves. I'm not really sure, but I'm trying. I'm using them, or at least I'm trying to. But I just decided to use this one flower because it seems to be just right to fit into that little corner. And it's kind of curved the right way. See, like the yellow flower that's there on my table on the right, it's curved the wrong way. It would go well in the other corner. So, I mean, I could stick it in that corner too. It would be fine. But I like this one, so that's what I do. Now, in this upper right corner, there is a small bit of embellishment. I'm sorry, you can't see on the sketch there. It's pushed up out of the frame there a little bit, but there's just a little bit of embellishment there. And since there's hearts in the collection, I'm like, ooh, I can use hearts. Oh yeah, and I forgot the I for the J, the dot for the J. So I finally find it while I'm looking at these hearts and stuff. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I get that on there. And now I am looking for something to put in this upper right corner. And that would work just like it is right now. It would be fine. But I don't like it. So I'm going to go through my sticker book then that I have to see if there's something in there that I could use. And I'm going to be coming back to the sticker book quite a bit. At first I thought I would use one of those little banner stickers, but no, look, here's the leaf again, and I do not like these leaves. At least not for this layout. I might find one to use them on some other time, but not this time. Then I thought, well, maybe I could use that white and black, white heart with the black polka dots on it, but it just seemed to kind of disappear on that really light paper. So I didn't like that either. And since I can't figure out what I want to do, I do something else. So here I'm putting these little gold hearts because my title is like this big boo, big like, bam, there's gold here. And it's the only gold on the page. I go ahead and sprinkle these little gold hearts throughout my flower cluster there. So now I'm like, okay, now it looks a little bit better because there's more gold on there. And like Michele says, if you've got something on there and it doesn't seem to make sense, just put more of it on there and then it makes perfect sense. Or something to that effect. But I did try that little circle label. I was going to put some words on it, but then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I could just do a little stack of words here. So I'm looking through these little word stickers, and I'm looking to see what I want them to say, but I'm also looking at the color because there were several I could use that were on the green, but if I put the green on there, I didn't think it would really show up that well. So I'm looking and I'm looking, and I finally decide on some that says, let's see, the top one that I'm going to put on in the light pink says, I love you. And then I'm going to get one of those purpley colors. I thought about the darker one, but I didn't. It's too much dark. So I get this little gray one, or light purple one there, and that one says life is lovely, and then the darker pink one says adventure awaits. And now that I have these as a base, I can sprinkle a few things around them. So I get those down like I want them, and I didn't want them perfectly straight, so I just have them kind of staggered. And so I realized, oh, there's a little puffy flower sticker on this chipboard sheet. So I got it and I put it on there, and then I used one of the little chipboard hearts, and I'm looking to see if there's any other ones. And I thought about using the black heart with the white polka dots, but I didn't want that sitting right next to my black paper with the white polka dots. Sometimes I can be a bit fussy. So I'm going through and I'm looking to see what can I use, and I look, and I'm looking for another heart, but I want a particular color, but every color that I think of, I don't have a heart in that color. Because I don't want it to be pink, because I would be setting it on the pink word sticker, and I didn't want to do that. So I finally picked this purple one, which at first I didn't think I wanted to use, but it is a darker shade than that word sticker. So I'll go ahead and put that there. And then I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I want to do. And I end up bringing another small little gold heart at the top. And that's pretty much going to do it, I think. Oh, I put a little gold heart at the bottom, and that's going to do it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check the links down below for the playlist for everyone else who is playing along with Best of 30 Days of Sketches. And I believe that'll do it. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.